Vice President Kamala Harris dodging questions, surprise, surprise, on who will actually pay for the student loan handout. Take a listen.
A lot of the same people who are criticizing what we rightly did to forgive student loan debt are the same people who voted for a tax cut for the richest Americans. 90% of the people who are going to benefit from student loan forgiveness make under $75,000 a year. And that debt has been the reason that they're unable to start a family, buy a home, and pursue their piece of the American dream.
Okay, still don't know how we're going to pay for it. Author of the book, Hostages No More, former Education Secretary Betsy DeVos is with us this morning. Betsy, okay, who do you think is footing the bill?
Well, Ashley, it's very clear that 2 out of 3 Americans, well, all Americans will actually own student debt if this plan actually goes through. And 2 out of 3 Americans never took out student loans or didn't attend college. And, not even to mention the many students who have faithfully paid down their debt or the veterans who have earned their tuition. She can't answer the question because she doesn't want to answer the question. She knows it's politically a poison pill. It's a payoff on the one side for hopeful votes this fall, but on the other side, they know that this is ultimately a political loser. And this is, this is nothing but a ploy to try to help get some votes in the November elections.
Yeah. Yeah, you're certainly not the only person who's pointed that out. How would you describe the state of public education? We've come through the pandemic. Where do we stand right now, do you think?
Well, it's clear that parents have really they had a front row seat on what was happening, and many of them are not happy with what their children experienced, what their children are being taught, and they're taking matters into their own hands. They're also helping spur the momentum behind policies that are going to support parents and families making alternate choices and finding alternate options if their assigned school isn't or hasn't worked for their child. So that is a silver lining to the pandemic. As harmful as it has been to children, the good side of it is we're seeing states embrace policies that are empowering families, as they should be, to make these choices for their children. And school choice, education freedom is on a roll. It's going to continue that momentum because the status quo has continued to double down and not listen to parents and not listen to families.
What would you say about the future of the public education system as we continue to see, Betsy, enrollment fall?
Well, we've seen more than 2 million children leave the public government-run schools for alternates. And I actually like to refer to public education as any education, any environment that actually prepares kids, young people, to be leaders in the next generation. That's truly public education, doing the public a service. And it is a good thing to see these other choices and options develop, whether they're more homeschooling options or micro schools or one-room schoolhouse type approaches or faith-based schools that have been on the brink of closing but now have the option of taking in children through policies that support that. There's a wide range of choices and options that families can pursue if they're given the resources, if those resources are attached to their children and they can make those choices and decisions for them.
And quickly, Betsy, we have a teacher shortage crisis. So many are quitting, getting out of that field. How do you fix that?
Well, it's understandable based on what they've gone through the last couple of years and even before that. Education freedom for teachers will be the best thing because each of them will be able to find an environment that they can actually thrive in themselves and where they can actually help their students achieve their fullest potential. It's a win-win for teachers, families, students. Education freedom is the direction we ultimately need to go in this country.
Secretary, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Betsy DeVos, we do appreciate it.